Hi everyone, this is Kali Star with Earth Matterz and Soup Sorceress. Thank you so much for joining us on another week of adventure with our CSA bundles, and with all that's going on in the world right now and so many different challenges. I want to just really thank you for supporting this, because we really do believe that this can really change things in our world, is supporting more small, local, organic farms. We want everyone to have access to healthy food. As you're supporting us, we're also able to donate to families that are in need. We also get to donate to New Earth. I really appreciate all of you who have been sending so many great comments. That has been just so wonderful to see that we're on the same page about this, and to see that you're enjoying this. I really love the interaction here, and some of you who have been interacting with me through email about things that you love to do, what you're cooking with. Also, before I get into the veggies, just one more thing. I'm doing a free class on Zoom every single week for kids, and it really is a joy to do this, because everyone's in their own kitchen. They get to use their own ingredients, come together, and we say, okay, we're going to do some veggie sushi. Well, some kids might want to use mushrooms, and some kids might want to use avocados, and that's all okay. They don't have to use the exact same ingredients, and we're just going with it. And then they ask me questions, and we get to share with each other what we're doing. And so it's a really beautiful experience, and you are welcome to join. So I'm going to put the email in the description box for anybody that wants their kid to join. Let's get into the veggies. Just a few suggestions from me this week. If you want to try, those of you who have the bigger bundles, if you want to try, I really love broccoli mint soup. So this is something that I would give a try this week, since we have it, and it's a really wonderful combination. Something that I want to share about kale is that some people feel like it's kind of a really rough leaf, and so they don't always feel compelled to eat it. But what I want to share with you is that if you want it to be more broken down and not so rough, there's two really great ways to do that. And one of them is, if you're making a soup, just like really let it cook down for a while, and it's just like practically totally soft. The other thing to do is, if you're making a salad with it, you can't really do this with lettuce, so it'll get too soft. But with kale, if you cut it up, and then you're going to put olive oil and lemon and salt, and just massage it, or use a wooden spoon and do that. And then you put that in the fridge for a few days, and it will get really soft. That first day that you have the kale salad, it's still pretty rough. But once you put it in the fridge with all the dressing, it just really starts to soften up, and it's wonderful. Then just add more flavors to it from there. Add some nutritional yeast, add some freshly toasted sesame seeds, or some of the heirloom tomatoes. Oh my God, they just smell so delicious. I love the scent and the feeling of summer produce. Something that I really love to do with peppers is sometimes not eat them, to be totally honest. I think of them like roses. But even better for my kitchen, I think of it as this abundance of scent and color that's in my kitchen that really inspires me to cook. It's a really funny thing. Because you can eat this, it might feel like a waste to do that. In my mind, it's not at all, because it really actually makes things feel good. It inspires the cooking, these colors and scents in the kitchen. Something that's pretty rare is rainbow carrots. So anytime that I get to have rainbow carrots, I put them in the bundles for you guys, because I love these. These are really, really beautiful. I just steam it and dip it in dressing. I was really looking forward to everyone getting golden beets this week, but it didn't quite work out that way, because we are working directly with small farmers, and they really appreciate our support. And what they really appreciate is that sometimes I say, okay, I want golden beets, this is perfect. And then they come back and they say, okay, we're harvesting the golden beets, but it looks like we're gonna have to substitute with some red beets. And I say, okay, well, that's fine. And just know that, yeah, if you get golden beets this week, most people like the flavor of that even better than red beets. Not everyone. But if you feel lucky this week that you get the golden beets, that's awesome. And honestly, there's going to be another time where all of you get lucky with golden beets. So don't worry if you didn't get the golden ones this time. They're coming. They're just more rare, and the crops aren't as big with the golden beets as they are the red beets. So that's how that works. Now, what also happened this week is they said, oh, but we also just don't have enough beets. So I compromised with getting kale for those people that don't have beets. it's amazing that it's looking this good in the middle of summer when it's so hot. So I'm really happy with this too. I don't remember what variety of watermelon this is. I love to be able to get melons from our small farms because they're always some kind of different variety. It's not just like a regular cantaloupe or a regular watermelon. It's always something that just tastes totally awesome and great. So really happy to have these. With the peaches and nectarines, now these are little baby peaches, which I'm really happy to have. They're really popular at the farmers markets. They're just such a great, perfect snack. And the nectarines too, you can put both of these out on the counter and then just wait till it has a little bit of give when you squeeze it, and then it's ready. So I know that sometimes, there are certain times of season where this fruit will be softer and then it's ready. But this is kind of this time of season where it's ready when it has a little give. These are a little more crunchier. So what happens is once it has a little give, it's ready, you can put it in the fridge, you know, take a taste and see, because what happens soon after is it starts to get a little bit wrinkly. It doesn't actually get softer, and that's just the time of season it is with these. So so just squeeze it a little. I can't tell you if it's like going to be a day or 2 days or 3 days. It's just something that you've got to feel out. We have this wonderful acorn squash, and it's just like butternut squash, but it's just a different kind of variety of winter squash. So what is a really easy way to cook this is just to cut it in half and spoon out the seeds, put it face down on a baking tray, and put enough water for it not to overflow with water, but you know, just enough to cover the pan, and then it's ready when you can poke, you know, through and it's soft. The reason why you put the water in, it helps it cook faster, and instead of like doing it face up where you put foil on it, you know, I like to just do it, I feel like it's healthier just to do it face down with a little bit of water, kind of like I'm steaming it. And another really fun thing to do with acorn squash is to stuff them. So whatever you want to stuff it with, go for it. And you can either do that, you know, after it's cooked, or you can do that while baking it face up. So that's up to you to try. And these are really, really wonderful flavor. And you'll see a lot more, you know, different winter squashes from us, like kabocha squash and spaghetti squash. We also asked a farm to grow snake gourd squash, which seems really interesting. I haven't tried it yet, but when I found out about it, I asked one of the farms to grow it. Feel free to communicate with me when there's something that you love, because they do actually really love to hear about that and then grow those seeds for us. So that's a really nice thing. We have these little radish baskets, which is a fun thing that Alex is doing right now. And I think it's a good idea because when it's this hot, the greens get crazy and they're just totally crazy. Like, you don't really want them anyway. So this is more like 2 bunches of radishes. With radishes, I'd really just wash them and keep them in the fridge so that I have a snack to dip in with some really yummy salad dressing. And if you pickle radishes, it's great, and then it'll last a few weeks. And I'm talking about the quick pickle method. So you just pour in, like, you know, half water, half vinegar, and then simmer that, put some salt in it, put some flavors in it, and then put these in a jar and pour that in the jar, let it cool down a little bit, and then put it in your fridge. It's so easy. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm wishing you the most magical day. Take care.